Welcome back to the Guy Dawson Show, live in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Gene Woods Racing Experience, broadcast to you at WCOBM.com, the World Center of Broadcast Media. Oh, yeah, I wanted to say hello to my good friend Sarah, who is out there. She's on the chat line. Sarah, the information that you put in came in a little bit choppy, so if you'd like to type in some more things on the chat line, we'd be able to read your question and we can get an answer for you from Vinny. I have been speaking with two of my friends who are prominent business owners here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vinny Wu is with Cell Circle. It is a cellular repair business that is helping so many of our beleaguered people who are dropping their electronic devices nowadays, and he helps you to be able to fix your cracks as well as the damages that you do to your cell phones and your tablets. And to my left is Chef Michael Call, the caterer. He has a really outstanding catering business where he serves healthy and not so healthy food necessarily all the time, right, Chef Michael?
I mean, people come in and they say, "Oh, I want healthy food," but you give them healthy food, and they're like going, "All right, I'm emotionally attached to the way that I eat, and I want to mix it up a little bit." So I'm like, "Oh, so you want healthy food, or you want not so healthy food but smaller portions?" Yeah, I like that. So, so anyway, we try to do what we can. You know, whether it's healthy or what I would do not so healthy, it's better than something processed that you're going to get into a restaurant or a fast food type of place.
And just some wonderful dishes. How long have you been a chef?
You know what? Golly, chef, it's kind of a loose term, but I started working in this industry when I was like 14 years old, which was over 30 years ago. And did a lot of different aspects of it, but finally came back to my roots, which I just love to cook, love to create. And I started this company about 2.5 years ago. Prior to that, I worked in private dining clubs and was a sous chef and an executive chef.
What's that been like? All those years working for other people, I'm sure you've had some wonderful experience as a chef working for others, and now here you are doing your own thing.
You know, it was wonderful. It's funny, a lot of people say, "Hey, do you ever watch Hell's Kitchen, or you ever watch this and that?" And I go, you know, I lived it. I mean, it is real. The people are just ornery. A lot of kitchens are really high pressure, high stress, and so if you work for the right person, it's a kind of an adrenaline rush, and you're liking it, and you love it. And every night, you're just you're riding a wave, and you think it's going to crush you, but you kind of come out, and it's great. But if you're working for somebody who's not so good, then you're just getting destroyed all night long. So I like working for myself now because I have a little bit more freedom. I can kind of pick and choose the clients that I want to work with. In addition to that, I just love what I do, and I can kind of create the menu and kind of do what I want to do, which really feeds my creative side.
And your catering service covers a really broad aspects of providing food for people. You do events, you do individual meals for people. What do you do the most of out of everything?
You know, probably what I do the most of is business mixers and business meetings. A lot of people want to do business meetings, or they want to do events or a grand opening, or they've got a client or a customer that really sends them a lot of business, and they're tired of sending subs, pizzas, you know, something like that. And for about the same price point, I'm able to come in there and cater a meal to that business, which is a much better thank you, a much better, hey, you really are important to my business, and I want to reward you and your staff. That's a much better way of doing it than what everybody else is doing. So I do a lot of that. And then on the other side of that, I do a lot of personal chef services. It's crazy, as a business owner, as I'm out networking with other business owners, the thing that we don't have a lot of is time. So they get home, and on top of giving everything to their business, now they've got their family, and they don't want to cook, they don't have the time, so they're stopping off at McDonald's or Applebee's or something like that 3 or 4 times a week. And I'm like going, you know what, for about the same price, I can have that food delivered to you at your home, and it's home, you know, solid ingredients. A lot of times they're organic ingredients, and you're going to be in much better shape, and also be able to spend more time with your family, which is to me a win-win.
And we got so much positive feedback about how the meals that you have been serving, the healthier meals, have been helping people who are in BCN, who have all kinds of different health problems, high blood pressure. The healthier food has been a real benefit to them.
Yeah, you know, it really has. I mean, I had one mother that came to me, and she said, "We just found out that my son has a corn allergy." Well, if you're used to going to Sam's or Costco and picking up a lasagna dish or some other type of prepackaged dish, or going to any type of a drive-through, corn is in everything. So immediately all of her options other than ramen is eliminated to her. So, I mean, what does she do? And she's a busy mother. She's trying to run her own business. Then she called me, and it's like going, great. So I'm able to provide her some relief so that she can actually, take care of the needs of her family, and also feel like I'm also taking care of this son that's got this issue. I've got other people who've got type 2 diabetics or some other type of food allergy, or just want to lose weight. And it's not so much that it's any kind of special or magical ingredients. It's more that, hey, if you don't eat out 3 or 4 times a week and you eat kind of more homemade, home style, home cooking meal like you did with your mom, you're gonna put the weight off, and you're gonna have a much better experience, and you're gonna feel better.
And it's better than even going to a restaurant.
Oh yeah,
the
much
quality
better.
of the food, even though you go to a restaurant, well, you may not be having fast food, but the quality of the food is not as good. I mean, I've eaten your food. It's wonderful dishes, much better than most things that you're going to eat in a restaurant.
Well, I think that food preparations come a long ways, and unless you go to a really, really fine dining place, establishments, which, let's be honest, with who has that kind of money every night to go out and spend, $60 to $100 just on a couple. If you have a family, it's just prohibitive. But if you use good ingredients, natural ingredients, and you don't throw in all the extra butter and everything, and just get those vegetables and the meats they taste good in and of themselves. You just have to prepare them in a certain way. And I really love doing that.
Both of you have relatively new businesses that you've just gotten up and running over the last couple of years. Vinny, what has it been about running Cell Circle that has surprised you the most? And let's start with a good way.
Surprised
running
me.
the business.
Good way. Well, one of the things that, that's pretty difficult for me to answer, because there's so many things that I learned throughout the whole time. I think one of the things that I love the most that's happening is returning clients, and it's been great. You'd be surprised how often people can break their phone. I have people who come to me over and over again, like quarterly. Yes,
Like
quarterly.
me.
Quarterly.
Wow,
And it's great because that tells me that they trust me, and I'm doing something right. I'm adding the right value to them. They appreciate what I do. They trust me, because service side is a little unique in the fact that there's not really a standard. Everyone does it differently. And it's not like a product where that is what it is all the time, easy to judge. And I mean, of course, Yelp helps. I love Yelp. There's 5-star rating across the board and many reviews. And I'm proud of that. And yeah, one of the things that surprised me the most is how many people would come back, and they really do like coming back, and it makes me very happy to see that they're happy, and it's worth it for them.
And they appreciate the good service that
They
you
really
provide
do,
to
yeah.
them, and they give you those wonderful reviews, which nowadays, for any business, I mean, you have to cherish those wonderful reviews
absolutely.
that you get on Yelp, because that is how the public judges
Yeah.
whether or not they're going to do business with you.
Yeah, it's great. You can't take it off, and once it's there, it's there. It's a great system of if you do good business.
Right, yeah.
And for me, that's just
Not
the
if
way
you're
it is.
doing bad
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, true that.
You get a lot of good reviews too, Michael?
I've got some good reviews on Yelp. It's amazing.
I read some.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah,
He has
there you go.
5-star reviews.
I would give
So-
you. I owe you a review. You're
Yes,
awesome.
you do, and that definitely drives business to me. So do the review. But one thing that I've really found surprising is I just can't believe the number of people that eat out. Because I grew up home cooked meals. I myself, I always cook for my family. We go out maybe once or twice every 2 or 3 months. We're going out unless we're traveling. But I got people going out 3 or 4 times a week, and I just find that just flabbergasted. That's just shocking to me. So I think that the kind of service that I provide really is a great niche, and it's not something long term, but it's also something that it gets them out of the rut of going out every night, and maybe gets them back to the idea of, hey, you know what, maybe I can do this. Maybe I use Michael for a month, maybe not for a couple of weeks. Let's do it during the holidays because it's so busy. Let's take it back. So it's very fluid, and I like that aspect of it.
We need to get back to the point that we used to be when you had good home cooking and healthy meals. And when we return, I want to talk a little bit more about running a business and exciting times, scary times. This is the Guy Dawson Show at WCOBM.com, the World Center of Broadcast Media. See you in a few minutes.